So we'll start the today's topic is the solid state. We have gone through the syllabus आपण पाहिलेला आहे. Okay, so the name of the topic itself indicates what we have to see in the topic. Okay, so the solid state, we have to study the solid state in this topic. So let's see the background of this concept. We have matter. See, matter, and we know the matter is divided into three types, that is solids, liquids and gases. Okay, so whole matter of the universe is divided into these three types: solids, liquids and gases. Okay, if we see the gases, they do not have this definite shape. Okay, and they do not have their geometry also, but the density is also very less. Okay, so in gases, the molecules they are free to move. Okay, and these molecules are independent of each other. This is very important, independent of each other. That means, suppose these are two molecules in gas phase, this has no effect on this and vice versa. Okay, so in case of gases, there is no molecular interaction at all. Molecular interaction if they act as an ideal gas. Okay, then if you go from gases to liquids, okay, so the liquids are also not having the shape. Okay, but liquids possess some sort of geometry. Okay, so in gases there is large distance or randomness between the gas molecules, like this. Okay, but in liquids the molecules are close to each other, like this. But this is not the case with the gas molecules. Okay, and if you move from the liquids to solids, okay, the molecules are very close to each other and they have the particular shape and geometry. Okay, so if you see, you can see how the change will occur from gas to solid. Here the no molecular interaction, here some sort of interaction, and here very big interaction between the molecules in case of solids. Why? Because the molecules are very close to each other. Okay, so what will happen, in solids each particle is confined to a position. In solids all particles have fixed position, like this. That means these particles cannot move at all. The molecules cannot move. They are confined, means they are bound to a fixed position. Okay, this is fixed position. But this is not the case with liquids. In liquids, the molecules can move, and in gases, they are in continuous random motion. Okay. Now, if you see the volume, okay, volume occupied by the given amount of substance in gas state is approximately 1,000 times. You can see, imagine 1,000 times that occupied in the liquid or solid state. Okay. So solids have fixed the shape and volume. Okay. And whatever in solids, what we'll find ions, or we can find the atoms, or the solids will contain molecules. Okay. So these are firmly bound together. Okay. So after this, we are going to see the types of solids. Okay. We have enough knowledge about the three kinds of matter, that is solids, liquids and gases. How the molecules present in the gas, how the molecules present or stay in the liquid and gases systems. So while discussing the solids, we have the types of solids. That means we have to see the different types of solids. We have two types of solids, crystalline solids and amorphous solid. So it is easy to understand. All of us will see physically the solids which are crystalline in nature in our home, and the solids which are amorphous in nature in our home. We use all such kind of solids in our home. If you see the crystalline solid, we can take example of sugar, the perfect example of crystalline solid, sugar, and other examples are also there. And if the amorphous solids are there, one can give the example of wheat powder or any another amorphous solids. Okay. So if you see the crystalline solids, they exhibit the regularity in the arrangement of structural units. Structural units means what? Structural units आपण बघितलेलं आहे. स्ट्रक्चरल युनिट्स म्हणजे ते ॲटम्स असतील, आयन्स असतील किंवा मॉलिक्युल्स असतील. ओके. सो दीज आर द स्ट्रक्चरल युनिट्स, आयन्स, atoms or molecules. So you will see the crystalline solids exhibit regularity in the arrangement. म्हणजे त्यांच्यामध्ये जी अरेंजमेंट असणार आहे ती त्यांच्यामध्ये आपल्याला एक रेग्युलरिटी पाहायला मिळते, एक स्पेशल ठराविक असा पॅटर्न पाहायला मिळतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल लाईक दिस. ओके. सो दिस इज अ डेफिनाइट पॅटर्न. ओके. बट you cannot see such pattern in liquids or gases. Okay. What is the next point? The crystalline solids have the sharp melting points. Okay. If you compare the melting points of crystalline solids and amorphous solids, the crystalline solids have sharp melting points. Okay. And the next point is they have the definite or particular geometric shape. Okay. In upcoming slides, we'll see the NaCl crystal. At that time, you will see what type of structure or geometrical shape of NaCl has. So, okay. So crystalline solids only have the definite or particular geometric shape like this. Suppose a solid have shape like this. A solid is hexagonally attached. Okay. So all such kind of geometrical shapes the crystalline solids must possess. Okay. So the next type of solid is amorphous solid. Here these amorphous solids irregularity or no regular arrangement of constituent particles, atoms or ions or molecules. Okay. So तर amorphous solid जर तुम्ही बघितला तर याच्यामधले जे मॉलिक्युल्स आहेत, आता इथं काय बघितलं आपण क्रिस्टलाइन मध्ये एक फिक्स्ड रेग्युलर अरेंजमेंट असते पार्टिकलची. ह्याच्यामध्ये काय कसं असणार आहे, देयर इज नो रेग्युलरिटी इन द अरेंजमेंट. म्हणजे like this pattern you will see, this is not the regular arrangement. This is not the regular arrangement. Here you will find some irregularity. Now they don't have the sharp melting points. Amorphous solids, they do not have the sharp melting points, and they no definite or particular geometric shape. The amorphous solids, they do not have the definite or particular geometric shape. So in case of amorphous solids, we cannot draw the shape like this. So this is not the shape of any amorphous solid. Okay. So I hope you have easily understood the types of solids. We have, again I will repeat the solids. These are of two types: crystalline and amorphous. And these are the 3 points that you can distinguish between the two solids. Okay, so we will move to our next point. I hope you have got this idea about the types of solids. Now the next is what is meant by crystallography. Okay, so crystallography, it is a branch of science which deals with the study of geometry, properties and structures of crystal. Okay, so see, if you have a crystal, suppose तुमच्याकडे crystal आहे. Okay, so what you have to study? You have to study geometry of crystal. What kind of geometry of this crystal possess, and then what type of properties this crystal possess, and the structure. Basically we can check how is the structure of this crystal. This is suppose it's an unknown crystal. We can find its geometry, we can find its properties, and we can find its structure also by using this crystallography. So it is branch of science. Now the study of crystal includes examination of external form and elucidation of external structure. So suppose this is crystal. Okay, so crystal study means what? We have to study its outer format or outer geometry. Okay, this is one part. And what is the second part? We have to study the internal aspects, internal structure. Okay, internal structure means what? This positions of these particles here inside the crystal, and it also includes the examination of external form. External म्हणजे बाहेरच्या बाजून तो क्रिस्टल कसा आहे, त्याचा फक्त बाहेरच्या बाजूचा आपल्याला स्टडी करता येतो. हा पहिला झाला पॉईंट. दुसरा पॉईंट, त्याच्या आतमध्ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पार्टिकल्स कसे आहेत, त्यांचं बॉन्डिंग कसं आहे, आपल्याला स्टडी करता येतं. ओके, सो geometric crystallography, it is branch of this crystallography. It is related to the study of outward spatial arrangement of crystal planes and geometric shapes of crystal. म्हणजे geometrical crystallography ही एक स्पेशल ब्रांच आहे की फक्त काय करते, आउटवर्ड स्पेशल अरेंजमेंट, म्हणजे त्या क्रिस्टल प्लेन्स असतील किंवा त्याचा जॉमेट्रिक शेप आहे ते स्टडी करते. ओके, सो दिस इज द क्रिस्टलोग्राफी. ओके, then next we will move towards the next part. It is one of the important part of this topic. If you understood this, okay, it is important part. So we'll see what is meant by the space lattice. So all this is the basic information about this topic. So what is meant by the lattice? Lattice means systematic and symmetric arrangement or network of points or structural elements. So systematic means what? Suppose like I can draw the points like this. So you can call this as systematic, and this is symmetrical also. Okay, so this arrangement is systematic and symmetric arrangement. Or we can draw the network of points like this. Suppose we draw the points like this. Okay, so this is the network of points or structural units. So these are the points, or you can say the structural points. So such an arrangement is termed as the lattice. या arrangement आपण काय म्हणतो, lattice. Okay, so this is fixed systematic and symmetric arrangement of structural units. Okay, so in the crystal, तुम्ही एखादा जर क्रिस्टल घेतला तर त्याच्यामध्ये जे पॉइंट्स आहेत किंवा त्याला आपण स्ट्रक्चरल युनिट्स म्हणतो. म्हणजेच काय, ते ॲटम्स असतील, आयन्स असतील किंवा मॉलिक्युल्स असतील, दे आर अरेंज्ड इन अ रेग्युलर मॅनर. Such an arrangement of constituent particles represented by points signifying only the positions of the center of the particles but not their actual sizes. Okay, suppose this is one point, this is other point, this is another point, this is another point. If you join this, we'll get a structure like this. Okay, so all these four are structural units or points. Okay, and these are not the actual atoms or ions. I hope you are understanding. हे जे काय ते ऍक्च्युअली ॲटम्स नाहीत, तर आपण ॲटम किंवा मॉलिक्युल्सना रिप्रेझेंट करण्यासाठी आपण एक छोटासा पॉइंट्स ड्रॉ केलेले आहेत. यांना आपण काय म्हणतो, याला आपण स्ट्रक्चरल युनिट्स म्हणतो किंवा पॉइंट्स म्हणतो. आणि जर आपण हे सिस्टमॅटिक रेग्युलर पद्धतीने जर आपण जॉईन केलं तर आपल्याला एक मिळतं लॅटिस मिळतं. ओके, सो दिस 3 डायमेन्शनल अरेंजमेंट इज कॉल्ड ॲज क्रिस्टल लॅटिस और स्पेस लॅटिस. ह्या पद्धतीने जॉईनिंग केल्यानंतर स्ट्रक्चर पॉइंट जी 3 डायमेन्शनल अरेंजमेंट तयार होणार आहे त्याला आपण काय म्हणणार आहे, स्पेस लॅटिस किंवा क्रिस्टल लॅटिस म्हणतो आपण त्याला. ओके, सो व्हॉट इज द बेसिक रूल, द अरेंजमेंट इज सिस्टमॅटिक अँड सिमेट्रिक. सिमेट्रिक किंवा सिस्टमॅटिक अरेंजमेंट असली पाहिजे of the network of points. Okay, so this is the crystal lattice or space lattice. Okay, so then we'll see the next is we have another terms. आपल्याला आणखी टर्म्स बघायचे. आता क्रिस्टल लॅटिस म्हणजे काय आपल्याला समजलं. सपोज वेट we can join the points in a regular arrangement like this, systematic. So this is the crystal lattice. Okay, so these are the crystal points or structural units and we have joined them. Okay, now what is meant by lattice sites? Okay, the positions occupied by the particles in the crystal lattice are called as lattice points. Positions occupied by the particles. So these four are particles. And what is the position occupied? This is the position occupied by this particle. This is the position occupied by this particle. This is the position occupied by this particle, and this is position occupied. So these positions occupied by the particles in a crystal are called as crystal points or lattice sites. So this is lattice site. This is lattice site. This is lattice site. This is lattice site. Okay. Now the next term is faces of crystal. The lattice are bound by planar surfaces which are called as faces. Suppose this is lattice. Okay, so if we join this, it will give us square. So if now if I extend this like this, okay, so if I extend like this, see carefully. So what will happen? The lattice are bound by planar surface. So this is one planar surface. This four. Again this 4 it is planar surface. Again this 4 is planar surface. So these are planar surfaces and such planar surfaces are called as faces. This is the faces of the crystal. Okay, and the next is interfacial angle. So this is one face, this is another face, and the angle between these two faces, the angle between two intersecting faces is called interfacial angles. Okay, so this is the angle of interfacial angle. And what are the lattice planes? The structural units or points, atoms, ions, molecules can be visualized as arranged in number of parallel or equidistant planes called as lattice planes. Suppose the face is different and lattice planes are different. Okay, now suppose if we divide the structure by two half like this, okay, if you cut, so we can imagine a plane of symmetry is there. Okay, like this. So what are the lattice planes? The structural units or points, atoms, ions, molecules can be visualized as arrangement in number of parallel and equidistant planes. So these are the crystal lattice planes, or you can call them crystal planes. There are variety type of lattice planes that we can see in next slides. Okay, so let me delete all these drawings and we'll move further. I hope all of you have understood this terminologies. And the next important part is this. This is the unit cell. Okay. So one second. So we have to see what is meant by the unit cell. Okay. It is the smallest repeating structural unit of crystal or crystalline solid. Now suppose we have a NaCl crystal. If we want to draw the geometry of NaCl crystal, we cannot draw on simple paper. we cannot draw on simple paper because the crystal of NaCl is very big that cannot be drawn on the simple paper. Okay, so what can we do? We will find some regular arrangement of small unit. Okay, now unit cell is simple unit of space lattice which when extended in three-dimensional reproduce the entire crystal lattice. So here the unit cell of NaCl crystal is shown. If you see this NaCl crystal, it possesses the blue Cl minus ions and the red Na plus ions. Okay, so these ions are arranged in a systematic manner. Okay, and there you can count this 1, 2, 3. These are 5 and 5, 10, and this 14. So there are total 14 Na plus ions and 14 Cl minus ions. Okay, so this is the smallest unit that consists of this 14 Na plus ions and 14 Cl minus. This is the smallest unit. When this type of structure is extended in 3 dimension, that means here also there are 14 Na plus Cl minus. Above on this there are again the 14 Na plus and 14 Cl minus. Besides this there are again and we join such patterns like this. Okay, so we'll get the big structure of NaCl. So this is the smallest repeating pattern. This is the smallest repeating pattern of NaCl crystal. So this is known as the unit cell. Okay, so this is smallest repeating pattern or unit of crystal. Okay, and if we join in the 3-dimensional, again we will get the big structure. So such kind of arrangement is called as unit cell. Every crystal has its own unit cell. That means smallest unit that can give you the idea about the structure. Okay, so next, after the unit cell, the important point from the examination point of view, now we'll see the laws of crystallography. Okay, we have seen what is meant by crystallography. Crystallography possesses the study of external and internal character of solids. एखादं सॉलिड असेल तर त्याचा आपण एक्सटर्नल आणि इंटरनल कॅरेक्टर किंवा स्ट्रक्चर आपण इलस्ट्रेट करतो, त्याला आपण क्रिस्टलोग्राफी म्हणतो. तर त्या क्रिस्टलोग्राफी ब्रांचचे काही लॉज आहेत. द क्रिस्टल शुड पजेस दिस लॉज. The crystal should possess the laws of crystallography. So there are total 3 laws. The first law is the law of constancy of interfacial angle. Interfacial angle आपण काय म्हटलं मगाशी बघितलाय. Suppose this is one face and this is other face and this is the angle of angle between these two faces. This is one face, this is another face. We are talking about the face. We are not talking about the phase. Phase is different phenomena. Face is different phenomena. So this is interfacial angle. This is one face, this is another face, and the angle made by these two faces, this is called as the interfacial angle. So the law of constancy of interfacial angles, what it states, the shape and size of crystal may vary with the conditions under which the crystallization occurs, but the angle between the faces are always constant. Suppose how the crystal forms after crystallization. बरोबर ना, आपण लॅबोरेटरीमध्ये रिक्रिस्टलायझेशन करतो तर आपल्याला क्रिस्टल्स मिळतात. तर ते क्रिस्टल्स फॉर्म होण्याचे कंडिशन्स वेगळ्या असतील, बरोबर आहे, किंवा क्रिस्टलचा शेप वेगळा असेल, क्रिस्टलची साईज वेगळी असेल. आता सपोज आपण काढूया लाईक दिस. दिस इज वन क्रिस्टल, दिस इज अदर क्रिस्टल, ओके, and this is another crystal. Okay, so we are having 3 types of crystals here. Again here also shown. So the shape may vary. आपण बघितलं की या तिघांचा शेप वेगळा आहे, बरोबर आहे ना. दिस इज स्क्वेअर, दिस इज this wide, this is another other shape, but the interfacial angles must remain same. Okay, so the angles can be measured by the instrument called the gonimeter. If you see these 3, these are having different shapes, but if you see the interfacial angles, these are always constant. Okay, so what the first law states, the shape and size of crystal may vary with the conditions under which crystallization occurs, but the angles between the faces remains constant always. So this is the first law, law of constancy of interfacial angles. Okay, then what is the next law? We'll see the next law. Okay, so this is the next law. the law of rational indices axial ratios. It states that it is possible to select three coordinate axes of unit distances such that ratio between intercepts on three axes of different faces of a crystal can always be expressed in rational number. Okay, now suppose this is the crystal. Okay, now if you see this point, we can draw the three axes. This is y, this is x, and this is z axis. Okay, so we can take the unit distances from like this one unit distance, this one unit distance, this one unit distance. This crystals intersects only this y axis. Okay, so the crystal faces can be expressed by rational numbers. This is 1, 0 is 0 intersection for x axis, 1 intersection of y axis, and 0 for the y axis. So we can use the rational numbers for expressing the faces of crystal. म्हणजे आपल्याला एखादी क्रिस्टलची फेस एक्सप्लेन करायची आहे तर त्यावेळी आपण काय करतो, वी कॅन टेक दी रेशनल नंबर्स. ओके, सो दिस इज द सिंपल इंटिजर्स लाइक 1 to 3 or fractions of whole numbers. Okay, the rational numbers. In next slide you will understand what is meant by this. Okay, let me, yes, this is now. Here you can easily understand. Suppose this is this is three-dimensional coordinate system. So this is the crystal. Consider the three-dimensional coordinate system with axis OX. This is OX, this is OY, and this is OZ. Let ABC be the unit cell. याच्यामध्ये ABC एक आहे. This is A, this is B, this is C. ABC unit cell आहे. And L, M, N be the face of the crystal under study. So L, M and N, this is the face of crystal under study. म्हणजे या फेस आपल्याला स्टडी करायचा आहे. ओके, लेट मी चेक एव्हरीथिंग लुक्स गुड or not. Are you getting my voice and presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
50 students are present for lecture.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll continue. Okay, so L, M, N be the face of the crystal under study. For unit cell, the intercepts OA is equal to A. आता ही युनिट सेल झाली, ABC ही युनिट सेल झाली, आणि L, M, N हे काय झालं, फेस झाली, जी आपल्याला स्टडी करायची आहे. तर हा सेंटर पॉइंट आहे O. द डिस्टन्स OA इज इक्वल टू A. इंटरसेप्ट म्हणजे OA, इथं A आपण घेऊया इंटरसेप्ट. OB means B intercept, and OC means C. And for the face element, the intercepts are OL is equal to LA, that means L into A. OM is equal to MB, that means M into B, and ON is equal to N into C. So this the OA distance is A, OB distance is B, OC distance is C. And what is the OL distance? This A plus L. So LA distance is L. Okay, now where the L, M, N are either integral whole numbers including infinity or fractions of whole numbers. म्हणजे L, M, N हे जे नंबर्स आहेत ते आदर काय असणार आहेत, इंटिग्रल होल नंबर असतील 1, 0, 2, 3, 4 including infinity. That means suppose if we extend this L point up to the infinity up to here, so what will be the intercept here? The infinity. Okay, so in case of that face, तशा प्रकारचे आपल्याकडे जर फेस असेल तर आपल्याला इंटरसेप्ट हा इन्फिनिटी सुद्धा मिळू शकतो. म्हणजे एखादी फेस एखाद्या ऍक्सिसला इन्फिनिटीला काय करू शकते, इंटरसेक्ट करू शकते. त्यामुळं इंटरसेक्ट इन्फिनिटी सुद्धा असू शकतो. हेन्स L, M, N आर अप्रॉक्सिमेटली 2, 2, 3 रिस्पेक्टिव्हली. बरोबर आहे. आता इथं बघा डायग्राम मध्ये तुम्हाला दिसू शकतं OL हे आपण 2, OA हे 1 आहे आणि OL हे 2 आहे. OB हे 1 आहे, OM हे 2 आहे. ओके, सो this distance is 2, this distance is 2, and this distance OZ distance is 3. So the L, M, N are approximately 2 to 3, and the ratio is 2:3. Okay, so this is the ratio. This is known as axial ratio of intercepts. So 2:2, this is known as the axial ratio. That's the ratio intercept. म्हणजे एखादी फेस एखाद्या ऍक्सिसला कुठं इंटरसेक्ट करते आणि त्याचा डिस्टन्स काय, त्याला तो आपल्याला होल नंबर पण असू शकतो किंवा इन्फिनिटी. समजा आपण 2 टू इन्फिनिटी घेऊ शकतो, म्हणजे तो फेस त्या क्रिस्टलला त्या झेड ऍक्सिसला इन्फिनिटीला काय करणार आहे, इंटरसेक्ट करणार आहे. ओके, सो दिस इज द लॉ ऑफ ऍक्सियल रेशिओ. ओके, नाउ we'll delete this. This is the second law. And the third law, it is another important law, law of crystal symmetry. Law of crystal symmetry. It states that all crystals of the same substances possess same elements of symmetry. म्हणजे समजा आपल्याकडे एखादा NaCl क्रिस्टल आहे. ओके, सबस्टन्स एक आहे पण समजा त्याचे वेगवेगळे क्रिस्टल्स असतील लाईक दिस. ओके, सो ऑल दीज crystals of same substance possess same elements of symmetry. Same elements of symmetry. आता elements of symmetry काय काय बघूया आपण. सगळ्यात पहिला आहे ते plane of symmetry. A crystal is said to have plane of symmetry when it can be divided by an imaginary plane into equal parts in such a way that one part is exact mirror of the image. म्हणजे हे जर आपण क्रिस्टल घेतलं तर आपण इमॅजिनरी एक पार्ट अज्युम करायचा आहे की काय करता येईल, द स्ट्रक्चर विल लुक लाईक डिवाइडेड इनटू two equal parts, and one part is exactly mirror image of this this. So this is plane of symmetry. Now if you draw like this also, this this plane of symmetry. Okay, so this is the plane of symmetry. The next is axis of symmetry. So what is the axis of symmetry? It is an imaginary line about which the crystal can be rotated such that it presents the exactly same appearance more than once during the complete rotation. म्हणजे एखादा क्रिस्टल आपल्याला ते रोटेट करायचं आहे तर प्रत्येक रोटेशन नंतर एक्झॅक्टली सेम स्ट्रक्चरचा आपल्याला मिळाला पाहिजे. ओके, तर इथं बघा दिस इज टू फोल्ड ऍक्सिस. तुम्ही जर एक क्रिस्टल 180 अँगल जर रोटेट केला तर तुम्हाला सेम अँगल दिसेल, म्हणून याला काय म्हणतो आपण टू फोल्ड. सेम मीन्स 3 फोल्ड, 4 फोल्ड, 6 फोल्ड ऍक्सिस. ओके, सो किती अँगल न रोटेट करणार आहे आणि सेम अपीयरन्स आपल्याला मिळणार आहे त्याच्यानुसार आपल्याला 3 फोल्ड, 4 फोल्ड, 6 फोल्ड. दिस इज 45, दिस इज 90. ओके, सॉरी, दिस इज 60 and this is 90 I think. Okay, so you can check what the angle of rotation will get you. And so this is the axis of symmetry. Okay, then the next is center of symmetry. This is another element of symmetry. It is a point inside the crystal such that any line drawn through it will intersect the surface of the crystal at equal distance. Suppose this is the center point, this is equal distance, 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 all. So every point is at equal distance from the center. So you can call this is the center of symmetry. Okay, so we have seen the plane of symmetry as symmetry element. Then next is axis of symmetry as symmetry element, and last one is the center of symmetry. So these are symmetry elements. आता आपण लॉ काय सांगतो की आपल्याकडे जेवढे स्ट्रक्चर्स असतील, क्रिस्टल्स असतील, सपोज 1 2 3, एका सबस्टन्सचे 3 स्ट्रक्चर्स असतील तर त्याचे सगळे सिमेट्री एलिमेंट्स काय असतील, सेम असतील. म्हणजे त्याचे प्लेन ऑफ सिमेट्री सेम असतील, ऍक्सिस ऑफ सिमेट्री सेम असेल आणि सेंटर ऑफ सिमेट्री सेम असतील. ओके, सो हियर वी हॅव फिनिश्ड द लॉज ऑफ सिमेट्री. ओके, so